everyone. I haven't been on here in forever, mainly because I've had a lot going on, and I know I have a lot of friends right now who are going through extreme situations. Extreme situations. So I wanted to do sort of a different type of reading than I normally would do. For those people who are dealing with grief, who are not certain where they're going and need a little bit more guidance. I'm also going to do a huge shout out to my friend Lindsay Kern, who did me a huge favor and did like an energy clearing on me. She didn't even tell me, but I felt it in the morning, like around 10 my time. And she later texted me because she knew I was a mess. And she's like, oh, by the way, I did a healing on you earlier. And I'm like, oh, that was you. So if you can, reach out to Lindsay. I just looked up her Instagram. It's ldklovesyou. And she does, I think she's going to do another chakra cruise, which is one of the things she does. But I think she also does like healing modalities. I know she does Reiki. I think she does a couple of others. I'm not exactly sure what I know she did Reiki, and I know she did a couple of other things on me. The woman's a miracle worker, because I was just like crying all the time. And sorry, I just got out of the bath, so my hair is all wet and stuff. But that's my friend Lindsay. LDK loves you. Go check her out. And if you need healing help, message her, and she'll set you up. So, to my friends, many of you who are in extreme grief have lost lots of people. I know are losing people, have lost people. This is going to be a reading on what you can do. Oh, betrayal's coming up, in a sense of betrayal, that you may have felt like you betrayed somebody by not being there in the way that you had promised, but it's not that. And what you really need to do is look at your own body and do like a deep massage if you can. If you can't, because I know Canada currently, Toronto is like in lockdowns. If you're in lockdown, try and do it yourself. Reflexology might be useful. Any sort of like trigger points can be helpful. And the other thing that you need to do is you need to come out of your cave a little bit, because I suspect that some of you have been like nurturing yourself in unhealthy ways. It's showing me chocolate in particular, but self-medicating. I'm also getting the sense of alcohol a little bit too. But start nurturing yourself in more healthy ways. You might want to start journaling. You might want to start praying, meditating, but start reaching out to the people in your circle. Even if you don't know them well, you know the people you need to reach out to that will help you through this. Because sometimes loss is about finding different paths through things and to things. And you need to start relaxing your body and reconnecting with nature and the nature within you in order to move forward past where you are right now. And other people are going to pull you out of this, and they're going to remind you of the true essence of who you are. Try eating healthier. It's showing me specifically fruits and vegetables and water. I think that those things can probably help you. And journaling and spending time with art. I'm hoping that Lois Wilson does her I don't even know what it was called. I'm like the worst student ever. But she just did like a really amazing, one of the components of it was art and spirituality. Start like doing art, and journaling, and start expressing yourself. And start exploring those sides of you, because there's a lot of repression here, and this repression, you're keeping things down a little bit because you also feel like you need to be strong for other people, specifically family or family in particular. Sometimes it's friends that feel like family. And as a result, because you're being strong, you're not really being truthful. But yeah, family, and also spend time with your family. Ooh, I'm sort of getting the sense that maybe you want to do some sort of like plant growth ritual. Oh, that's really interesting. We're going to keep that. You might want to do a, like where you plant a tree in memory of somebody, or in celebration of somebody. You might want to line this up. I don't know why this is coming through, but you might want to line it up with the moon cycle in a way that is a release and a celebration of somebody. You might want a bench in a park, it's showing me. Something about nature, and the person that you lost or have lost is probably connected to nature and the cosmos. It's showing me the night skies coming up quite a bit. Oh, interesting, with little stars. Oh, this is really interesting. It's also suggesting that you really connect with your womb and motherhood and what it means to be a mother. For some of the people that I know are going to watch this, I know that that is a very important thing. And to know that like creation comes through us, to us and through us, but we're not the keepers of it. And sometimes when we lose people, it's not necessarily because we've done something wrong. And it's just, we were there for the moment, for the creation, and then we have to surrender. A really amazing book on womb connection is Sacred Woman by Queen Afua, which is the Hemetics, not Hermetics, Chemetics, the Southern African traditions that came out of Egypt. There's like really, you can also Google online womb connection meditations that will help you heal all of that maternal stuff that's coming up, because it's coming up really, really strongly. And a need to like really heal people or heal other people, but there's also a need to heal yourself, because when we heal other people, we're also healing ourselves. And when we mother other people, we're really mothering ourselves. And there's a need to give graciously of our own energy, but also give it to ourselves for our own healing. So that's coming up. I'm just gonna grab this deck, which I never use, but I was get outdoors. Yeah, fair comment. You might want to spend time in nature, especially because that nature, that garden, that growth, growing something, growing a seed with your family members' memory, as a ceremonial thing in a community garden, feeding other people with their memory might be incredibly important. Beloved one. You might want to call upon the Archangel Shemuel, who is healing you, is healing your sensitivity, and helping you with your relationships. The interesting thing that's coming up, because I know other people who are going through different things, he'll also help you with your career changes. And whatever loss that you're coming into right now, I want you to think about how it can help others and what you can learn from this. I'm also getting the sense of being again in nature and being aware that you're very sensitive right now, and being around gentle people, gentle things. Eventually, you will come out of this and it'll be time for you to do something else with whatever has been created here. But try to get into nature, try to get quiet, be around gentle people, gentle things, gentle music. I want to say like gentle cloth, like gentle bed sheets. Drink gentle fluids, like bless your water. Drink really, like very, very gentle. Surround yourself with birds, be in nature, put your bare feet on the ground, and just surrender, surrender, surrender. So let's look. Oh, it's weird that I chose the Anna K. I sort of just randomly grabbed the ones, but let's look at this. Let's look at what's going on for people that are really in grief right now. What guidance and what can they do about this whole thing? Don't be afraid to surrender your pain. Don't be afraid to give into it. Don't be afraid to give it away. Sometimes we close ourselves off so much and hold on to the memory or hold on to the spirit of the thing that we don't allow ourselves to release it even when we need to. Again, I'm getting apples, the images of apples. Perhaps you're going to plant an apple tree or some other fruit-bearing tree in memory of this person, which would go back to the womb and the idea of fruit. And don't be afraid to share it with other people. It's funny because in one of the other cards, there were 3 people in the background, and in this card, there are 3 people in the background. I'll show you the Spend Time with Friends card. Can you let go, let go, let go? Oh my gosh, it's not letting go. Oh, here, Spend Time with Friends. So see how there's 3 people, and there's 3 people in the background here. You may have people in your life that you can call upon right now, particularly 3 people who are going to help you, who are waiting to help you. Because you've sort of been through a period of time where they've been watching you and know that you're in crisis, but don't want to interfere. Sometimes we have to invite people into our lives and allow them to help us. They don't, otherwise they won't, because it's, in some ways it's really unkind to like just go and say, this is what you got to do. So they're waiting for your invitation, but they've been watching you and keeping an eye on you. And for those of you who are sort of stuck at a crossroads and aren't sure which way to go because you've had a lot of hard work come up, you've been working hard but nothing's getting done, and you're sort of stuck at the crossroads, I really think you need to reach out to people that you know and ask them what they think. Ask them what they think, because you know, the longer that this goes on, that you're stuck in anxiety and worry, you know, sleepless nights, I'm like the queen of sleepless days. I'm like, sleep and me are not friends. But this worry that you're losing out and that you can't make a decision and you're running out of time, and that anything that you do is going to take a long time. But the longer that you wait, the longer it's going to be before you can heal. For those of you going through grief, again, it's like this gardening. It's this gardening sense, and not knowing, getting into the earth and digging up the earth and growing things and bringing back life into the earth is going to make you feel better. And not really knowing where to go now that you've lost this person, and being really, really worried about it, and grieving about it in private, in solitude, as opposed to just letting other people share your pain and carry you through it. Sometimes we get stubborn about stuff and we carry the pain and not let others. It's funny because it's showing me the same girl. Showing me the same girl a little bit longer into the moon cycle. And you're going to feel bad for a while. You just are. But that doesn't mean that you'll never feel happy again. And it's okay to feel sad, and it's okay to grieve. You don't have to just put a smiley face on things when you're really in trouble. Because eventually you are going to move away from this and move away from the grief and embrace your new life without this person. But you can always keep this person as a memory. It keeps showing me a tree, so I think for whoever, for somebody, planting a tree in memory of the person is going to be essential. It's going to be very important, as a way to keep that person with them and to nourish the ground. It's funny. And there it is again. It's interesting the world card came up at the bottom because, well, a lot of people will tell you that it is completion. The world card is completion. It is also the middle pillar, and standing on top of the earth and having all of the earth below you. And I'm reminded of this C.S. Lewis poem. Oh, I wish Lois was here because she would know the one that I'm talking about. While I lived, all earth was under me. And this tree, remember I said something about like planting it in conjunction with moon cycles? While I lived, all earth was under me. I think, yeah, and you personally are going to crawl out of this place of grief and not knowing, and coming to a place of an understanding. And it's a journey. I always say it's an onion. Grief is an onion that you go through layers and layers of. But here it's telling you it's a tree, and you crawl from branch to branch until you get past it, until all the world is under you. And it's kind of interesting looking at these two images, because I can't see, but like but there's like look at how the similarity. And that was the last card that I pulled of the self-care deck, and this is the last card I'm pulling of the Anna K. Oh, you even see like right there. a lot of people say that the World card, and that there is a cosmic lotus here, and I can see how this would be interpreted as a World card, even though it's not the last card in that particular deck. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that. I'm going to be talking about this. So if you see here, shoot, I can't see. But if you see there, you see the cycles of the moon. Cycles of the moon. When people talk about the World card, they often talk about it as a complete cycle. A cycle has completed. But it really, in a lot of ways, is the happily ever after. It's the highest end of the cycle. It's not that something terrible has happened. It's that something beautiful has happened. And that, so like it's, they get married and live happily ever after card in a lot of ways. Like it's, and then the next cycle happens. So wherever you are in the process of trying to figure your life out, or trying to figure out what's next, or trying to figure out how to remember this person, the similarities in this card are like freaking me out, actually. It's really cool. You're going to get to the point in your journey where it's not the end, but just the beginning again, because in the tarot, you go back to the Fool and the major cards, right? And here you're going to go back to being, oh, I hate saying this, back to being a mother of the people around you and to yourself. And not just because the journey worked this way doesn't mean it ends. It means that you take the wisdom of this journey and move it forward. And it's funny because I'm seeing the sensitivity card over there. Reminding you to just to be very, to know that you're very sensitive right now, and to keep yourself surrounded by people that understand that. I pump up my hair. Archangel Michael is protecting you and guiding you through this situation. So just bear in mind that you can always call on him when you're feeling down. Mother Mary as well. Interesting. Relationship and activities that you enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. Clear yourself. So, and release energies that you may have absorbed. And I think that this is very true. Like, if you've been manipulating your energy, and what's going to happen is that things will fall away from you, and things that aren't for you will fall away from you. And that this isn't necessarily something to be afraid of. It's just something to be aware of. And if you've lost somebody, if you've lost people that are very dear to you, obviously you're not going to be the person that you were. If you've lost your way, but you're focused on what it is that you really want, you're going to be more sensitive, and you're going to be things that aren't for you are going to fall away. It's just the way that it is. That's how you clear the toxic from your life. So don't be afraid of that. I'm just going to pull one more of these. make a meal. That was the one that was on the bottom. Make sure that you're eating healthy. Make sure that you're, call on Archangel Michael as you need him. Make sure that you're connecting to people. Don't be afraid. You're not disappointing anybody by being sad. You're not hurting anybody by being sad. You're just where you are is where you are. And clear yourself. As I said, my friend Lindsay is an amazing healer. There's a lot of amazing healers. Reach out to them. I'll give you Lindsay's Instagram, hopefully, again, which is ldklovesyou, Lindsay Dapp Kern, an amazing healer. Reach out to her if you need a healing, if you're going through a lot of stuff. It's really important that you seek the help that you need and don't be afraid of it. This too will end, my friends. This too will end. And having it end doesn't mean that you didn't care or you didn't love the person who you're grieving or the thing that you're grieving. It just means that the next journey awaits and you can take the memory of it with you. Sending you a lot of love. Take care. Bye.